the second stream of the day. I just came back from work, so I don't know. Thought I'd stream. I had a few ideas from while I was working, and honestly, I don't know. Thought I'd do it. So yeah. Last time or I guess earlier today, I went through and fixed up my ranking system that I plan on using for the campaign. I like the rules and I like the actual system just a lot better than I did previously. And I'm pretty happy with it all. Okay, so, but the idea I had was actually an island idea because I like writing stuff down when I have it, and it's been a while since I've actually come up with a new one, and I think this will be the first new one that I come up with on stream that is actually my idea. So, floating jungle island. What do I want to call this? Floating jungle island. Okay, so my idea basically for this island, without any other without going into anything specific, is a giant turtle that like a turtle like the size of an island that has a like swamp or jungle just floating on the back of it, specifically a floating swamp island. And it is actually a plant animal hybrid that uses photosynthesis to get its nutrients, and to defend itself lashes out with like the tree roots and vines that grow from the trees as like it's kind of its own like immune system, if that makes sense. And I don't know, ever since I had this idea I've really wanted to create it. So I don't know, I think it'd be a cool like mid campaign kind of thing where either they just kind of happen upon it or they're like commissioned out to investigate it. And I think that would personally be pretty cool. So I'm going to do it. Let's see. What do I want to call this? I could go alive. Is there anything I can do with alive? Evail? Evail. Ivail? I don't know. Maybe I just make it like Tour? Tor? Let's see. Let's go Toro. I like Toro as a name. Okay. So, floating swamp island. Now, just to see what everyone else's stuff is like. Okay. So before I go in and start reorganizing literally every island idea I have, for now, I'm just gonna follow the same metric as you know what? No, I'm gonna do the dash thing that I've been doing. That'll make everything a lot easier. Okay. A floating jungle. Or not jungle, swamp. Swamp specifically. Low hanging trees. Covered in vines and vegetation. Floating swamp with low hanging trees covered in vines and vegetation. Floating swamp with low hanging trees covered in Let's see. How do I want to do this? Because I gotta decide whether there like is ground or if it's like just a shell. Let me think. The ground is made up of entangled roots, roots and flotsam from the ocean all tangled together, all mashed together. The ground is made up of entangled roots and flotsam from the ocean all mashed together. Um, hmm. There are a lot of trees. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The entire island is covered with these same trees. Mm-hmm. With these low-hanging trees. Mm-hmm. With, probably, how would I do this? Because I know all trees go through photosynthesis, but I like the idea of them being like palm trees, but with a lot of leaves. Hmm. Being covered in vines and vegetation. The ground is made up of entangled roots and flotsam from the ocean, all mashed together. The entire island is covered with these low-hanging trees with, like, the thing I'm imagining in my head is, like, very much like a swamp with, like, rivers of water, like, running through the entire thing with just, like, the entire ground, like, kind of being mud, but mostly it coming from, like, roots and, like, floating vegetation and, like, stuff that's just been thrown in the ocean and all of this stuff. And then the trees that are coming up out of this, like, ground type thing are, like, really stout, or, like, not stout, thin, very thin trees that like rise up. I'm gonna say like 7 to 8 feet. Like the main trunk is only like 7 to 8 feet tall, and then at the top of the trunk there are a bunch of branches that all go out in like a hemisphere kind of thing, like half a circle that like just cover the entire roof, just cover the entire roof of the island, like so much so that it's almost completely shaded, right? Okay. All right. Floating swamp island with low-hanging trees covered in vines vegetation. Okay. Let's go with the ground first. The ground is made up of tree roots and essentially a bunch of tangled tree roots with flotsam and ocean and garbage mixed in. Okay, yeah. Floating swamp island is low-hanging trees covered in vines and vegetation. The ground is essentially a bunch of tangled tree roots with flotsam and garbage mixed in. All the trees are about 6 to 8 feet tall. Tree trunks. Tree trunks are about 6 to 8 feet tall. Um, with branches only coming out of the tip of the trunk, with very dense leaves. And then uh, these leaves shade the entire floor, the entire ground of the island. Entire ground of the island. Okay. Then, okay, now I gotta tie into the fact that this is actually a turtle that uses photosynthesis to gain nutrients. How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay. So, floating swamp island with low-hanging trees, covered in vines and vegetation. Okay, hold on. For one, I need to change the stream title. I keep forgetting to do that. I had an island idea, and I wanted to brainstorm it. I need to do that. Okay. So, Floating swamp with low-hanging trees covered in vines and vegetation. The ground is essentially a bunch of tangled tree roots with flotsam and ocean garbage mixed in. Tree trunks are about 6 to 8 feet tall, with branches only coming out of the tip of the trunk, with very dense leaves that cover the entire sky. Leaves that shade the entire island, letting very little sun. Let me think. The island itself is not connected to the ocean floor, and is moving and is floating along the ocean surface. Okay, now how do I? That is a good explanation for how the island works. When the party first arrives, the only signs of life seem to be a tremendous amount of bugs and some birds. Bugs and birds. No other wildlife to speak of is present. First rise, the only signs of life seems to be a tremendous amount of bugs and birds. No other wildlife to speak of is present. Then, okay, this is a turtle that photosynthesizes, and the only reason that the birds and these are allowed to stay and the bugs are allowed to stay here is because the bugs keep the roots saturated with the birds eat the bugs. The birds provide nutrients through defecation, and then what do the bugs do, which allow the island to live? We could have a certain kind of bug that filters out salt. Maybe. That's an idea. Special kind of bug. Oh, hey. There are a few viewers that have actually stayed for a little bit. This is a stream, just me creating an island idea that I had in my head for a D&D campaign I've been working on. If you have any ideas, let me know. I'm just here, honestly. Okay. When the party first arrives, the only signs of life seem to be a tremendous amount of bugs and birds. No other wildlife to speak of is present. Special kind of bug that filters out salt from... let's go special kind of... Let's see. Let's see. Maybe I don't do bug. Maybe I do like a toad or something. Man, it seems like I chase away viewers every time I talk to them. Maybe I should just, like, not? I don't know. Maybe. Alright. Special kind of toad or frog. Great amount of frogs. And a... What is a group of birds? Group of birds. No other wildlife to speak of is present. Some kind of frog. Special kind of frog. Special kind of frog that filters out salt from filters out the salt from ocean water. Well, is that even necessary? No, because this turtle gets all its nutrients from photosynthesis, right? So if that were to be the case, why the hell would it need fresh water? You know what? Maybe it does need fresh water. Because it, other than like actual nutrients, I mean, plants still need water and nutrients. That does make sense. Has a special kind of frog that filters out the salt from water, from ocean water. The birds eat the frogs. Birds eat the frogs. controlling the population. Eat the frogs and other harmful insects. Controlling the population while defending the swamp. The swamp allows them to inhabit, allows them shelter, some shelter and food. The open ocean. Okay, alright. Floating swamp with low-hanging trees covered in vines and vegetation. The ground is essentially a mix of tangled tree roots with flotsam and ocean garbage mixed in. Tree trunks are about 6 to 8 feet tall, with branches only coming out of the tip of the trunk, with very dense leaves that shade the entire island, letting very little sun through. The island itself is not connected to the ocean floor and is floating along the ocean surface. When the party first arrives, the only signs of life seem to be a tremendous amount of frogs and group birds. No other wildlife to speak of is present. If the party breaks a tree root... If the party breaks a branch, snaps a root, or does any damage to the forest or wildlife, the forest immediately fights back. Alright, and this is the fun part, talking about how the forest is actually alive. Breaks a branch, snaps a root, or does any damage to the forest or wildlife, the forest immediately fights back. Party breaks a branch, snaps a root, or does any damage to the forest or wildlife, the forest immediately fights back. Upon being damaged... The forest immediately makes a surprise attack roll on the party member, doing the damage with a sharp tree root. Makes a surprising piercing attack roll. Surprise piercing attack roll. Surprise piercing attack roll on the party member doing damage with the sharp tree root. This is because the entire forest is alive. The more roots snapped or destroyed, the angrier the forest gets. This is because the entire forest is alive. And is connected to a massive sea turtle that swims right below the ocean surface. Okay. Alright. Floating swamp with low-hanging trees covered in vines and vegetation. The ground is essentially a bunch of tangled tree roots with flotsam and ocean garbage mixed in. Tree trunks are about 6 to 8 feet tall, with branches only coming out of the tip of the trunk, with very dense leaves that shade the entire island, letting very little sun through. Island itself is not connected to the ocean floor and is floating along the ocean surface. When the party first arrives, the only signs of life seem to be a tremendous amount of frogs and a group of birds. No other wildlife to speak of is present. Has a special kind of frog that filters out the salt from the ocean water. The birds eat the frogs and other harmful insects, control the population while defending the swamp. The swamp allows them shelter and food from the open ocean. If the party breaks a branch, snaps a root, or does any damage to the forest or wildlife, the forest immediately fights back. Upon being damaged, the forest immediately makes a surprise piercing attack roll on the party member doing the damage with a sharp tree root. The angrier the forest gets. Attacks with roots, branches, and even entire trees when angered enough. Roots, branches, entire trees, if angered enough. Party breaks a branch, snaps a root, or does any damage to the forest or wildlife, the forest immediately fights back. Upon being damaged, the forest immediately makes a surprise piercing attack roll on the party member doing the damage with a sharp tree root. The more roots snapped or destroyed, the angrier the forest gets. Attacks with roots, branches, and entire trees if angered enough. along with grappling checks made by the forest floor. This is because the entire forest is alive and is connected to a massive sea turtle that swims right below the surface of the ocean. The forest does two things for the turtle. First, right. Along with has a special kind of frog that filters out the salt from ocean water, along with consuming the magic energy that's present within the water as well. Very magical frog. Of course, there's two things for the turtle. The first being a shade. Synthesis. And the second being a layer of protection, sun and other predators. It acts as its immune system, purging harmful outside threats like bacteria, wildlife, and even adventurers. Okay. Alright, I think that's it, right? I can call it Toro because I can name that the turtle, and it also is just an anagram of roots that follows the naming scheme I've got over here. And then it should be sufficiently explained. I can lower these down a bit so it actually looks normal. Because the entire forest alive is connected to a massive sea turtle that swims right below the ocean surface. Forest does two things for the turtle, the first being a source of nutrients for the turtle through photosynthesis, and the second being a layer of protection from the sun and other predators. Acts as its immune system, purging harmful outside threats like bacteria, wildlife, and even adventurers. Okay. The unnamed turtle rides along the ocean currents. Occasionally showing let's see. The turtle itself all of its body is made out of various plant materials. Shell is made out of a thick layer of moss and mud. Binding with the roots to form a thick outer shell. The limbs of the turtle are made from the same kind. Made from soil. Actually, we're just going to have all of the stuff made of this. The shell, limbs, and head are made out of a thick layer of moss and mud, combining with the roots to form a thick outer shell. Yeah, made out of a thick layer of mud and mud and stone, covered in a layer of are made out of mud and stone. Made out of mud and stone, covered in a layer of moss. The stone acts as a hard outer shell, and this mud/soil The mountainside soil acts as a habitat for its roots. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that'll work. I like the idea. Now I gotta come up with some quest ideas for this to make it worth actually going for. Hello. It's nice to see ya. This is basically me. I had a random island idea today during work, and I wanted to put it in my campaign notes before I forgot about it. And that's pretty much what this entire campaign is, or an entire channel is. Just me streaming my creative process doing campaign stuff. If you have any questions or ideas, throw them in chat. Might as well. All right. Okay, so floating swamp island with low-hanging trees covered in vines and vegetations. When the party first arrives, signs of life seem to be a tremendous amount of frogs and a group of birds. No other wildlife is present. Party breaks a branch. The snaps root does any damage to the forest. Forest immediately fights back because the entire forest is alive and is connected to a massive sea turtle that swims right below the ocean surface. The turtle itself looks like normal turtle, but all of its body is made out of various. What would you call it? Various. Various earthly materials. Earthen, maybe? I don't know, maybe that's a word. Who knows? Alright. That should be it. In terms of the actual lore parts of the island, do I have anything for quest ideas? I mean, obviously, my first inclination is just stumbling upon it. Through encounter table on the open ocean. We could also have a desperate adventurer comes to the party seeking assistance. Tells a story of their entire party being wiped out by seemingly just a forest. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Tells a story of their entire party being wiped out by seemingly just a normal swamp they found in the open ocean. Once the party's help in retrieving their stolen, their fallen comrades' bodies, while also getting revenge on the forest that took their lives. Okay, I think that's it, right? I mean, I could probably get something else where, like, the adventure, like, Explorers Union. Explorers Union offers a quest to track down an undocumented floating piece of land size of an island. So it's basically just a mission to track down an undocumented mission to track down an undocumented floating piece of land the size of an island and survey it. Okay. Alright. Well, thank you again for the follow. Let me know if you have any questions. I know there's a lot of information to go through, but if you have, like, any questions on, like, my main narrative that I'm thinking of, any specific island ideas, the characters that I'm trying to figure out, basically anything, I'm here to answer any question you have, because, I don't know, I'm here. Alright. That is Toro Floating Swamp Island done. Or at least done for the most part. There are more things that I can do. Give me the basics. So, this is a campaign that I'm calling the Shattered Isle. That is basically 2,000 years ago, big, massive Pangea-like continent that got completely destroyed and rearranged by a giant fueled like storm thing. What caused that storm is up to debate right now. We'll see where I go with that. Now in the present, a mini version of that storm happens that shuffles around all of the islands that came from that like previous big storm. And the party previously who was just living in this world is now thrown basically into a 2 month time skip that just happens. They're thrown into it, and their like motivation is kind of like, what do we do now? They go to this big trading, like this big like hub center, like geographical center of the plane kind of place called the Grand Bazaar, where they learn of a quest that the kind of like world military kind of thing. I can explain where that comes from in a bit. Gives out and says, "Hey, you get up to a certain rank, explore this island, and we'll give you a giant cash prize and a choice of whatever like magical items we have." It's a little complicated, but it's basically all around like exploration and surveying all the new all islands, what happened to them, and where they are now. And like I have a bunch of island ideas, I have some characters that I've already come up with. But yeah, this entire channel is basically me finally finishing this campaign because it's been in the works for, I'm gonna say, about 5 years at this point, and I got really tired of it not being done. So here I am. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything? All right. Now let's see. For once, while you're doing that, I need a name for this island. Yep, it's a lot. This has been a very long. This has been a thought inside my head for like, as I said, 5 years. And granted, it has been evolving over 5 years. Oh, that it's nothing yet. If you think your head's gonna explode just from the main plot, you got another thing coming. I have 3 different organizations that are all gonna have a billion different characters all rooted in them. I have a massive lore where I'm making my own magic system and like ship-based combat. It You have no idea. My it my process is jumping around between different things. Why do you think I already have like 20 or 15 or however many this is island ideas already? It Trust me. It's nowhere done yet. And you know what? If you want an overview of what's going on, I have a YouTube channel linked to this that has a bunch of videos on like has a bunch of old streams that are archived, and then a couple of like update videos on like what I've done and what's happened since I've started working on this about 2-3 weeks ago. So if you have the time, go and watch those. But that summary will have to do you unless you got more questions. I need to think of this name. Undeath Rebirth. I could go for a thing on Rebirth. Yeah. Before you do so, if you have any questions, let me know. And honestly, I plan on like adding a command in the chat that just gives you a quick summary of what I'm doing. And honestly, when it comes to the stream, all you really gotta know is I'm writing campaigns notes for for a campaign about a bunch of islands out in the open ocean. There's a plot behind it, but at the end of the day, the only thing that the plot really does is give the characters a reason to actually explore the world, right? The main thing is actually just a bunch of the cool islands with a bunch of different rules and effects and all that, right? I like starting it with TH, or actually I could go with E. Start it with E. Etherb? Etherb. Earthierb? I like Earthierb. Earthierb. ERTHIRB. Potion to make your So, Quaidment or whatever, this is somebody else who has also been adding ideas to the campaign, which, by the way, any idea that has been given in the campaign has been thrown into a concepts document that I've credited this person. And this person specifically, Father Grigori, has been giving me a bunch of different really bad ideas. And specifically, and you know what? Really funny? Yeah, add my ideas to the gag temple. There's a lot of them at this point. This entire gag temple has like, I think more text than most of my island ideas at this point. If you have any really bad ideas for like potions that just make your life a little too inconvenient, I'm telling you, this is the place to drop them. I will add them in. I will say, I think we kind of already have the pants that make your slightly too uncomfortable potion because I have potion of fill all your clothes with sand already. I think we got that one. Also, nice to see you back from watching me stream earlier today. But all right, back to this. I like Earthierb for this. Yeah, I like the name Earthierb. Let's keep it. Earthierb. Also, if you haven't noticed, new person, my, what is it? That's dictionary. My naming scheme for all of these islands have just been anagrams of different words that slightly relate to them. Yeah, I am not exactly the most creative person in the world. Or I'm very creative, but up to a point. So that's why I went Rebirth for this. This is Sauna. This is Clone. I think I removed 2 letters from Sharkjaw. I know it. Honestly, it's made me come up with a lot of really cool names that I like Virsuv, which I think came from Survive, or Yunrej from Journey. It comes up with cool sounding names, but as soon as the party figures out the naming convention, I'm screwed. But you know what? It allows me to come up with like actual names and not just have unnamed islands that have like titles or something. It's helped me out a lot, honestly. But now I get to go through all the other things and reformat them the way that I wanted to. Because I was stupid when I first, when I first added all these over. Oh yeah, by the way, Father Gregory, is your internet back up to snuff, or is it, yeah? Only good room idea, but maybe if you get to the actual and aka the very bottom of the basement for the gag table, you get a literal gun. I kind of like the idea of putting 1 bullet in the chamber. You get 1 shot with the gun. Oh, it's cursed to always have low accuracy. I don't know. There is a very funny thing where like you give the player a gun with 1 singular bullet with a substance that has not been invented with this world yet that allows the gun to actually fire and exist. And however, I will say it would be a terrible idea to give that to them if any of them are an alchemist. But doing making it like a magical kind of thing that just explodes after the first use, but it's just a genuine gun is absolutely hilarious. You get 1 shot, 1 opportunity. I do love that. That is hilarious. Into the gag temple. I'm gonna make an actual name for this temple one of these days, but gag temple works. Oh my god, I hate seeing the giant thing of potions. My god. One of these days. One of these days. Okay. And you know what? Coidment or Codement or whatever, however you say it. If you have any gag ideas that you would put in a random D&D campaign to be funny, and that is it, I have the perfect place for you. Shotgun with only 1 slug shot that will burst open the barrel and fire, rendering it useless. There you go. That's good. Yeah. At the end of the temple. At the end of the temple. We're going through all of that. There's also an option of it being like a toy clown gun that shoots water that just instantly kills someone the immediately it shoots, but it just disappears. Just to really make it the full thing. It like, or it's like the toy gun that has the like bang thing that comes out, but whatever you point it at just disappears immediately. And the temple after going through all of the suffering. Yeah, I like the pump shotgun. I'm kind of 50-50 on whether between pump shotgun or like funny like kids toy that says bang, but whatever you point it at just disappears along with the gun. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. What do you think? Potion of swear jar. I love it. Potion of swear jar. Potion of swear jar. Every time a player curses uh, during dialogue, a random teammate gets hit with 1d4. Let's go psychic. Okay, yeah. Potion of swear jar. Love that idea. Roll a wheel. What do you mean roll a wheel? Like just like flip a coin between pump shotgun that explodes after the first bit that could theoretically be fixed, or toy gun with a little bang flag that just disappears at the same time. Potion of horrible trades. Next up you go to will have the prices severely inflated. Yeah, flip a coin. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I got you. I got you. Flip a coin. All right. We'll wait for the first flip to happen. All right. All right. Here we are. Let's go. By the way, don't mind how big this tab looks for no reason. My streaming setup is incredibly scuffed, you see. But all right. Heads, we go with the sawed-off shotgun idea, or the shotgun idea. Tails, we go with the kid toy that says bang. And I cannot back out of this because I'm doing it in front of a live studio audience. Oh, there we go. Heads, shotgun, tails. Okay, we are going with toy gun. I hope you aren't unhappy with the idea, but I think toy gun is also funny. A small toy gun sits atop a pedestal in the middle of the room. In the middle of the... You know what? I kind of like the idea of a really grand hall leading up to this. Like something fit for a king, like lathered in gold and silk and everything like that, just leads up to this pedestal with just a toy gun that's an automatic kill. I really like that idea. And I also really like the idea of a party member who is dumb picking up the gun, shooting it at one of the party members, and then they both instantly disappear. That is also something, and that could be really funny. All right. Yeah. At the end of the temple is a massive hall covered in golden trim and red silk, fit for a king. At the end of that hall, actually no, stained glass on either side, lining the entire. Multiple beautiful portraits made from stained glass line the walls leading up to the end. At the end of the throne room lies a pedestal. Adorned with a gold and red throw pillow with a singular toy gun with the little bang flag sitting atop it. Two things happen. First of all, I need to describe the gun. The toy gun functions as a single use instant teleport. The Temple of Ritze? We'll add that as a functioning title. I'll give you that. maybe the Temple of Hrdetse. Writing it down is always good, and I can decide on that later. The function is an instant use teleport spell. Teleport spell, or I guess not teleport spell, but banishment spell maybe. What are we thinking? A single use insta kill spell that teleports the enemy, the target, and the gun along with it to an undisclosed location. To an undisclosed location. Undisclosed location. The Shadow Realm. Yeah. See, I think it'd be really funny, especially if they end up pointing it at a party member, for them to just appear at the end of the campaign like no time had passed with the gun in hand. That could be pretty funny. Like 2 years pass, like campaign time, and they just appear randomly on just like like final boss kind of deal. That would be really funny. Or if they use it on an actual enemy, that enemy appears right in front of them with the final boss, and then they're royally screwed. Once a party member, picks up the toy gun. I don't know if you could point the gun at itself. I'll be honest. I don't know if physics works that way. Because, like, you could always make the argument of I pointed in the mirror, and then the mirror and the gun would just disappear. Or, like, I guess pointed at its own reflection, but you would just, like, take it and then a single drop of water to whatever dimension that it ended up being. Yeah, it, like, there, like, you can try and make an argument that it's, like, like, trying pointing at itself, but most of the time you can just get around with, oh, whatever object is reflecting its image, it just goes away with that, right? Like, yeah, once party member picks up the toy gun, the illusion vanishes, and it's a tiny room with a wooden stool. It's a tiny stone room. With big glowing red letters. Let's say, you win. Don't spend it all in one place. Well, that's the thing, right? Depending on what they shoot it at, right? Or whatever happens. Whatever ends up actually. Okay, what in the hell is going on here? Why did I make a tag for laggy? Whatever. Depending on what they shoot it at, I'm gonna have to riff in real time what exactly happens. Cause I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, the wound is yours and you just be pointing it at the person, right? There's no real way to go around that. I think you just be like, I pointed at his wound. No, you pointed at the person, shoot, and then this very wounded person just disappears to who knows where. So yeah, I don't. I think that if the party is let on at the idea, uh, I don't know. Don't spend it all in one place. And then that'd be the end of the temple, right? Yeah. There you go. Look at all this progress. Look at all this stupidity. Goddamn gag temple. I would hope so. The entire, like, kinda, how would I put this? Like, the entire, like, motion of, like, a session would a lot of the times be, like, either you're traveling over a distance to get to an island, and in which case I'm rolling the encounter table like on the open ocean because this ocean is terrifying. And then basically every time you sleep or something, I just roll it again. And it's like a 50-50 chance for nothing to happen, maybe. I'm kind of deciding where I want to go with that. And then like on the 50% chance something happens, it can be a wide variety of things. Like, hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull up how stupid this encounter table got by the end of my last campaign. Look at this. I have so many options. I think I rolled like a D6 or something, and it off of one of these things. I think I did it every 3 days the last time. Okay. We have another room idea. Oh, God. We keep going. We keep trucking along. Have a giant sleeping room with very comfy beds. At a certain point, man, I okay. Have a giant sleeping room with very comfortable beds. Okay, what happens when they sleep? Just tell me. Give it to me straight, Doc. What happens when they? Okay, how did I spell beautiful so wrong? They might be haunted by a mob who wants to collect your sleep debt. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe a riff on that idea. What if it's a room where like the players as they walk in are immediately charmed and want to go to sleep, and the entire time they're using oversized swords and flintlocks. I get you, right? What if it's like kind of a closer to like a Fae style room where it's like the characters walk in, they're instantly charmed to sleep on this like massive bed, and when they do, they immediately go to sleep. If they do like succumb to the charms and whatnot, and an entity appears in their head and is like, "You've lost a lot of sleep over the last few decades. Really feels like you need to catch up." And then they immediately conk out for however much sleep they've lost over the last, I'm gonna say, year, for like just sleep, however much they missed out on, right? So like, let's say an average person needs about 8 hours of sleep, right? Uh, let's say they sleep for like a good 87 hours, or they do go to sleep until the charm is broken, like 87 hours, because it's all the sleep they needed to catch up on. And it's just like, hey, you've repaid your sleep debt, and then suddenly that's it. I like that idea because it gives the players to get out of it, and like the other people who didn't succumb to it eventually will either wake the other party member up through like other means by breaking the charm or whatever. And there's also an idea where like the entity appears, like you have to kiss the sleeping bride to wake them up, and it'd be funny. But I like that idea a little more, just because I don't know. It seems closer to the theme we have going here. All right, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get this one done. Room with a massive bed. Room with a massive bed. Upon which, entering, you are immediately, uh, huh? A charm person spell is immediately attempted. Let's just say DC 15 Wisdom. Or like DC 12 Wisdom. Somebody will fall for it if they enter the room. Room with a massive bed upon which entering a person is immediately attempted. Uh, if a person is charmed this way, they will immediately walk over to the bed and pass out. In the charmed person's dream, an entity appears and explained, oh god, we have another one. Hold until I finish writing out this one. Room with a massive bed upon which entering you a charm person spell. What the hell? What are you doing? Rabbit, stop it. I don't want to hear it. Okay. In the charm person. What? What are you worried about? What is going on? Alright, hold on. In the charm person dream, an entity appears and explains you have a lot of sleep debt to catch up on. Charm person dream, an entity appears and explains that you have a lot of sleep debt to catch up on. You need to sleep. Tells the player that they really need some sleep, and this is the perfect opportunity. The party member immediately. What do you want from me, dude? The party member immediately begins to sleep for however much sleep they missed over the last year. You're under 8 hours. Last year. Going by the average of somebody needing to sleep for 8 hours a day. The party can break them out of the charm, or potentially... The party member immediately begins to sleep for however much sleep they missed over the last year, going by the average of somebody needing to sleep for 8 hours a day. The party can break out of the charm, or potentially the sleeper can as well. Okay, before I read that idea, I need to go check on something. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to deal with something real quick. Okay, now time to read this idea. Maze where a Pac-Man creature chases you. This maze is crucial to go lower in the temple to reach the end of the room. Creature is extremely smart and can dodge any attacks that aren't a nat 15 or more. You have to go through this room twice. The creature is also there to make you waste the bullet in the gun. Then you have to deal with them with the final boss. I don't know. I think this might be the first time where I have to veto it for really two reasons. One, I think that that's a little too on the nose for what's going on. I know there are like references like throughout here and everything like that, but at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of these are just like normal gags, right? Something that any character can understand. This is like, wow, this is some bullshit, right? So I don't think it really fits in there. I like the idea of having a maze with no end. That's funny. But and the second problem I have with it is that I would much rather have the gun be used at like a very inopportune time, right? Somebody points it at the ground, or somebody points it at like something else, or like somebody points it immediately at consequential. I want to give the players agency on where they can use the gun. And if I'm gonna add it in there, I want it to be like, I want it genuinely to be like something that the players mess with, right? And not necessarily something that they are encouraged to use immediately. Because if I plan on them using it immediately, then I can't really plan around anything else. And I also really like the idea where somebody accidentally fires a gun at the island and then the entire island disappears. And I just, yeah, for those two specific reasons, I'm not going to go with that one. I don't know. And I also think that, honestly, we have enough. I think that the gag temple has been fully filled out, except for one very specific idea that I had. Spend it all in one place. A whoopee cushion sound appears. How the hell do you spell cushion? There. Okay. A whoopee cushion sound plays. Perfect. Just needed to add that at the very end. Yeah. And you know what? I'll be totally honest with you, dude. I do like the idea of a maze, an endless maze that feels like it's constantly changing, and the end result is really just to go backwards and you immediately find the exit. I like the idea of that. The solution being to just turn around and walk. To just walk backwards. Okay, like that idea, but I think at the end of the day, looking at how big this gag temple thing already is, I think we filled it out enough. I think we have a lot of rooms that are really dumb, and I think we have an entire list of potion ideas that are all just suffering. I think we're good. I think we've gotten to the point that we're good. Like the entire like all the campaign docs or the entire gag temple, because it real quick, by the way, I don't know if you've seen it, but I have a YouTube channel linked in the Twitch description, and on that YouTube channel I discuss like what I'm doing and the plans and all that. The entire gag temple, that makes more sense. I plan on that Discord posting a link just to the entire docs of the campaign as like a copy, and I'll update it every, I don't know, week or so, just with like new stuff I've added in. So it don't worry, I'm plan on making all of the docs available to the public. So it don't worry about that. This will all be available once I get the Discord done. And I am in fact working on a Discord. But I recommend you watch the videos. They are slightly scripted, and I don't edit anything because I'd rather die. But still, something to keep an eye out for. I'm pretty sure the name of the channel, yeah, it's Project Shattered Isle. All right. Okay, is there anything else I needed to do today? Anything else? Perchance I have a copy currently. Let me think. How would I make a copy of this? Hmm. You know what? Are you watching this on phone, or are you watching this on like a computer or something? Because if you're watching it on a computer, I do have a solution for you. Yeah. Control C, Control V, the gag temple. I get you. But unfortunately, I don't really have a place to post that. PC. So what you can do, I can go into concepts, the gag temple, right? And do the here, I'll show you how to do it in real time. Windows Shift S allows you to crop out a certain amount of the screen and get a screenshot of it, right? So I can do this, I get a screenshot of it, and then here, hold on. Let me just Google Docs. And then here, once you do that, you can here, Control V, and then it takes a screenshot of that image that you cropped out, and it just pastes it as an image. Hold on, just give me a couple seconds, and I'll just load this for a period of time, and you can do that. Or I guess I could just do it in a post. Hold on, let me see if I can just do it in a YouTube post or something, or maybe a community post. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, how much of this needs copied? The bare minimum. Alright, here. With if I would probably be easier to add me on Discord and Control-C, Control-V the thing in a message and send it in a DM. Yeah, probably. Okay. Let me figure this out. Yeah, and you know what? That way I don't have to, like, post it super publicly or anything for it to work. Okay, hold on just a moment. Right, I think I need to make, like, a new Discord for this and everything. That's gonna suck. Give me just a second. My laptop's actually got to open Discord, and that is a thing that I got to do first. So speaketh your mind. Oh, I could just do it in a Twitch whisper. Nah, that won't work. Alright. Is there a reason why my Discord is not opening for some reason? Alright, come on. Open the Discord, please. Oh, is it because it's on... Okay. You know what? I can't do it now. I cannot send it to you at this very moment because for some reason Discord is open on my other desktop, and I'll be so real with you, I can't switch to that right now because I'd leak quite a few things. I can't do it today, but I will be streaming tomorrow about the time that I was streaming earlier today, and I'll have Discord pulled up on this side, and I'll do it then. Does that work for you? I'm sorry I can't give it to you now, but I can do it tomorrow. Just because I don't want to go and close Discord on the other desktop and then swap over here because, unfortunately... You know what? Actually, never mind. I can do that. Hold on. Shit. There we go. Just face cam now, so that way I can actually swap over. Whee! We get to do this. We get to do this. Wait, is Discord not up on this side? The fuck? Okay, why the hell isn't it opening then? Why is Discord not opening? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'll be so real with you, Chief. Discord isn't even opening at all. I have no idea what's going on at all. Can't figure it out. Should be in 9? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be so real with you. I cannot figure it out. Yeah. Okay. That's funny as shit. Alright. Back to Facecam. What is going on? Task manager time. Why the hell is Discord not opening? Is there a reason why Discord is not opening? It's because I don't have enough... Okay, what is going on here? Ending the Discord task. Try again. There we go. Discord works. Finally. Alright. Alright. Hmm. You know what? I should probably. I don't give a shit. I'll just use my main account for this. I don't care. My main Discord account can be used for this. That's fine. All right. I have fixed. Held a message for bullying. God, that's so funny. I want to see what the message was. Who cares? Okay. So, uh, I have Discord open. Throw in your username in chat. Why not? That'll be the easiest way to do this. Gotcha. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I don't really care. It, it's entirely fine that that is like included in the VOD or whatever. As long as it's not like dude, that's so funny. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Hmm. Okay. New no. Yeah, I get that. Add a new direct message. Type Discord message. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to add you as a friend so that I can actually message you. It's gonna be easier that way. Yep. Chat message here. This totally isn't cleared up for VOD watchers. So funny thing, because Automod held it back, there shouldn't be anything here. The only thing that the VOD will see will be just the normal messages, and it'll be totally fine. Like, see here, or wait, that's the wrong one. That one. Yeah. It nothing will show up. Mostly because I've been on Facecam for most of it, and it'll be totally fine. Swear to God, totally good. Even then, barely anybody watches the VODs, anyways. Okay. Yeah, fuck it, I don't care. Okay. Alright. Hmm. Hmm. Damn, I gotta remember how Discord works. That sucks. Should really figure this out someday. Yeah, hold on. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna put mine in chat just cause I'm stupid. Hold on. What is my Discord again? Hmm. Yeah, whatever. Streamer mode enabled. Ah, fuck it. Come on. Okay, so technically, because I'm streaming, I don't think it'll work. Because streamer mode is activated and I cannot add people while I am streaming. And I do not know how to turn it off because I am technologically inept. So here's what I'm going to do. After the stream, which honestly I'm probably going to be ending soon anyways, it is 11 p.m. where I'm at and I really need to go to sleep sooner or later. I will go through Discord. I have your username copied. I'll just send it. I'll send the copy and paste of it to you there. So I know you know how to, but I'd rather like fuck with it off stream at this point. It's been enough time trying to deal with it anyways I'll do it after stream. I'll send it to you. I'll make sure it gets to you. I hope that's cool. I just don't want to deal with it right now. All right. And you know what? Actually, since it is fucking 11 p.m., I think I am just going to end stream now, anyways. Yeah, I think I got there to the settings thing, but I need to end stream anyways, and I'm just gonna do it off stream, so I don't even have to worry about streamer mode. Swear to God, I'll do it right after. I have your thing copied still. I'll deal with it. Okay? So, and you know what? I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna end stream. I will talk to you later, and I'll talk to the YouTube viewers later. Swear to God. All right. See ya.